Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another live stream. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get it cracking. All right, so shout out to everybody who is in the room. It is good to see each and every one of you. I appreciate everybody who came over from the previous stream. If you guys can hear me okay, please give me a thumbs up or a radiation emoji in the chat. If you guys cannot hear me, give me a thumbs down or an angry face, and I'm going to shout out everybody who is in the room. My apologies for not being able to do it earlier. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Shout out to Katsy. Shout out to Black Women Stand Up. Shout out to Miss Nisi. Shout out to Loy Sky 9. Shout out to Sybil. Shout out to my man Carlton Way. All right, I think that's it. I think we got everybody. All right, so if you guys haven't smashed that like button, a shout out to Carla. What's good with it, Carla? Smash that like button. If you guys haven't hit the bell, make sure you guys hit the bell. Now, today we're going to be talking about your girl, KARI Lake. All right, and if I'm not mistaken, KARI Lake is the governor of Arizona. She used to be a news anchor turned politician. She is a hardcore conservative, hardcore Trump supporter, hardcore MAGA person. I don't know what the hell is going on with the GOP, but apparently there was some corruption that took place, right? How many people heard about this situation? If you guys heard about this, give me a thumbs up. Oh, she lost. That's right. You're right. I'm sorry, Cassie. Yeah, she did lose to Katie Hobbs. That's right. She's not the Arizona governor. That's right. Forgot Katie Hobbs won. You're right, because Katie Hobbs, now she mad and she trying to send people. She trying to send people to the border too. That's right. You're right. You're right. You know what I'm saying? You are absolutely right. Shout out to Katsy. Throw some radiation emoji and some flames in the chat for Katsy. It's too early, and your boy is rushing. I'm trying to get all this stuff together, and your boy is saying nonsense. Make sure you guys pay attention to what I be saying. Make sure, you know what I'm saying, keep me on point. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, Katsy. I appreciate that. Shout out to Tony, by the way. What's good with it, bro? So apparently what happened was the head of the GOP offered KARI Lake. Oh, it was a Trump supporter. So it was a Trump supporter that tried to pay her off. We're going to just get into the videos because this is wild. This whole situation is wild. So here we go right here, right? We got an article from Fox 5, Las Vegas, all right? And what it says is Arizona GOP chairman resigns following leaked audio recording involving KARI Lake. All right. Let's take a listen to this because this is quite interesting.
Do anything illegal, and I recorded it, and I'm glad I did.
We are hearing for the first time tonight from GOP Senate candidate KARI Lake about a recording she made that led to the chair of the state Republican Party to resign today.
Jeff Dwit stepped down suddenly today after that audio was leaked. It seems to reveal he tried to bribe KARI Lake not to run for Senate. Dwit also accuses Lake of setting him up and...
Now, let me ask you guys this. Why would this individual not want her to run for Senate? What do you guys think? Let me know what you guys' thoughts are. Why would he not want her to run for Senate?
Questioning whether she can be trusted around people like President Trump and other high-profile folks if she is secretly recording the people she's with and wearing a microphone.
Tonight, we asked KARI Lake about that. Political editor Dennis Wells joining us now. You just got done speaking with her, so what did she have to say?
Well, you know, one of the things too, you know this, both of you guys know this. There's been a lot of speculation about the timing of this recording and why it's coming out now, because that recording was made not long after KARI Lake had lost her race for governor, but long before she jumped into the Senate race. So it does again beg the question: why is the recording coming out now?
Nearly a year ago, KARI Lake took the stage at a conservative conference and made this accusation.
They came to my door and they tried to bribe me out of getting out of politics. It's really happened. I'm telling you this because this is how disgusting politics is.
Just this week, a leaked audio recording appeared to back up Lake's claim. Arizona's family independently obtained a copy of the conversation between Lake and Jeff Dwit, the chairman of the Republican Party in Arizona. Here's a portion of the recording where Dwit floated a potential job offer if she quits the Senate race.
The ask of me was, it's kind of funny. So the ask I got today from back east was,
The ask of me was the ask I got today from back east. Now, let me ask you guys this question. What do you all think that he's talking about? What is he talking about? And real quick, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys haven't hit the like button, please take a moment, hit the like button. Also, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel and you're watching, don't be scared, subscribe. And also, if you are on Twitter, ladies and gentlemen, if you are on Twitter, I need you all to do me a favor. When the bot puts the link in for the Twitter account for M.A.GA.TRON, take a moment, follow M.A.GA.TRON on Twitter, and come back to the stream, okay?
Is there any companies out there or something that could just put her on the payroll and give her to keep her out? And I said, well, what do you want to do? Like, whatever we need to do.
Lake has spoken about that conversation for months now. So we asked Lake, why is the audio coming out just now, nearly a year later?
I had not listened to the recording. To be honest, I recorded it and I never listened to it until a couple days ago. I happened to listen to it and
I don't know if I necessarily believe that. So you listened to it and then you just decided to put it out, but you had it for an entire year. I don't know, Mrs. Lake. If you guys believe her, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't believe her, give me a thumbs down. Now, here goes my question. If that was me, I'd have put that out like as soon as it happened. I don't know why. Why do you guys think that she sat on it? Does that make any sense? Why did she sit on it? Yeah, I gotta agree. If you guys agree with Miss Nisi, liar, go ahead and give those thumbs down.
I was sitting there with some of my closest friends and staffers, and I said, I want to listen to this video. I've never listened to it before. I kind of wanted to recall what had happened. And I listened to it, and it was even more horrifying than what I remembered.
Today, Dwit announced he was stepping down as leader of the state GOP.
Now let's ask this question. We got to ask this question. Why is DeWitt stepping down? Shout out to Carlton, Nimrata, and Carrie are cosplaying. I see you. Yeah. If you guys agree with Carlton, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. Yeah, looks like we caught some live ones, Carlton.
One day after the audio first came to light, longtime political consultant Marcus Dellartino says what DeWitt did is not new in politics. What is new, the leaked audio gives the public a look at the inner workings of what sometimes happens behind the scenes in politics. That view may not be pretty to some, but Dellartino thinks DeWitt could have handled the conversation better.
I think he probably could have been a tad bit more tactful in the conversation. But again, I think he thought he was talking to a friend and obviously didn't know he was being recorded and probably used some language he probably regrets at this point and could have been a little bit more thoughtful.
Adding to the intrigue, DeWitt also mentions in his resignation letter that he received an ultimatum from Lake's campaign. Resign today or face the release of a new, more damaging recording.
What's up with him? What's up with him and Kari Lake? Shout out to Robb from Denver. What's good with it? What's up with him and Kari Lake? They must have had some type of falling out. Something went sour between those two. And if you ask me, that is probably why all of this is going on. Something definitely went sour between those two, and that is what has led to this fallout. That's a great question. I'm not sure, Katsy, but it sure sounds like it. Shout out to Shamika. What's good with it, Shamika? Katsy says, is that blackmail or is that not blackmail or extortion? It sure sounds like it. Definitely sounds like blackmail because there's a threat involved. Ultimatum. I'm going to run this back real quick.
He was being recorded and probably used some language.
But now here's my question. Why were both of them talking like that? Like, to me, this seems like a completely inappropriate conversation for both of them to be having. Would you guys agree? This conversation seems highly inappropriate for both of them to be having. So I'm trying to figure out why they both was having this conversation. What was going on?
Probably regrets at this point, and could have been a little bit more thoughtful.
Adding to the intrigue, DeWitt also mentions in his resignation letter that he received an ultimatum from Lake's campaign: resign today or face the release of a new, more damaging recording.
And I should mention that the Lake campaign is denying that they sent DeWitt any kind of ultimatum like that. Now, as far as the...
Now, let me ask you guys this. Do you all think that DeWitt will have proof of an ultimatum and that he'll be able to show proof at some point that an ultimatum was given? If you guys think so, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't think so, then give me a thumbs down. And also, shout out to everybody. I appreciate you guys. We got 26 people watching and 21 likes. If everybody can bang on that like button and get us to 40, that'd be great.
state GOP party, what happens next? They'll have to pick a new leader to replace DeWitt. Now, that could happen this weekend at the state GOP's annual meeting here in the Valley.
Yeah, to be clear, these two were allies and both staunch supporters of former President Trump. So we'll see if he addresses this situation here in the coming days during his visit to Arizona. I did want to ask you, part of Jeff DeWitt's...
Now, let me ask you guys this question. Do you all think that Trump will address this? And if he addresses it, what do you think he'll say? We're going to be paying attention to what Trump says and does in Arizona, and we're going to definitely talk about it. But my question to you guys is, how do you all think that he'll handle this? Will he deal with this? Will he discuss this? Will he talk about this situation? Or is this going to be something that goes unaddressed? Let me know what y'all think.
Statement said when this was recorded last spring, he was employing KARI Lake in his private company. Was she working for him?
I asked her directly that. She said he was never her boss, that she did not work for him or anything like that. So that's one of the accusations she flatly denies in that resignation letter or in that statement he put out earlier today. So as far as the ultimatum, Lake and the campaign are saying that didn't happen. We didn't do that.
All right, so there's that.
All right.
So now next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at this article from NBC. All right. Now, see, this is what I'm talking about, man. This stuff is messy. Yeah, I gotta agree. I gotta agree with you, Carla. I don't think he's gonna talk about that. Arizona GOP chair resigns after KARI Lake bribery allegation, says she threatened him. In the audio of the 2023 exchange, Jeff DeWitt can be heard telling Lake, quote unquote, very powerful people could give her an incredible opportunity if she put her political ambitions on ice. All right. That's interesting. Let's see what they're talking about right here. Let's see what they're talking about.
Tonight, the leader of Arizona's Republican Party resigning after a stunning new audio tape appeared to show him trying to convince a close Trump ally not to run for office.
I'll tell you what I can offer you.
The Arizona GOP's chairman, Jeff DeWitt, heard in this audio urging KARI Lake to not run for the U.S. Senate this year after she lost her race for governor there in 2022.
Very powerful people don't want to keep you out.
In exchange, DeWitt says he could hook her up with a lucrative job.
So the ask I got today from back east was, is there any companies out there or something that could just put her on the payroll and give?
This has to be between us. She kind of did him dirty. She kind of did the modern thing on him. She kind of rocking with the front pants zip up crew on this. You know what I'm saying? She kind of did him dirty, man. When dude's gonna learn? What y'all think? Y'all think she did him dirty? She did him dirty. She modernized him. She hit him with that modern mollywop. You know what I'm saying? She modernized the old boy. Exactly. That's a great question, Katsy. How did she know to record this particular conversation? Yeah, how did she know? Why did she do it? What other conversations didn't get recorded? You know?
To keep her out.
DeWitt says the audio was selectively edited.
Is there a number at which?
I can be bought.
Not be bought.
That's what it's about.
You can take a pause for a couple of years.
Because
Now, that's interesting too, right? This. I'm interested in this situation. I'm about to follow this. This is very interesting. This is very, very interesting. Why do you guys think that he quit? Why did the Arizona GOP chair resign? Carlton Wade. Carlton Wade says she can be bought. Carlton Wade trying to put up some money. How much you trying to put up? How much you trying to put up, Carlton? You know what I'm saying?
because Kari Lake is not a public official, she is simply being asked to withdraw from politics. It doesn't fall under the language of the bribery statute.
Lake.
Yeah, that's facts. That's big facts, Mama Zeke. Mama Zeke says this proves what we all know. There are people on our jobs that got it this way, and they're incompetent. Facts. Absolute facts. If you guys agree with Mama Zeke, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down.
Lake, who often wears a mic, decided to run anyway after the audio was made public on Tuesday. Lake calling on Dwit to resign.
We can't have somebody who's corrupt and compromised running the Republican Party.
Dwit says Lake's team.
She did him super dirty. She did him, and she's sitting there acting like she's taking a high road. Girl, bye. Dirty. It's a cold world, man. Cold world.
Threatened to release a new, more damaging recording if he didn't resign. Reached by phone tonight, Dwit told NBC News that he was blown away by her recording their private conversations. Lake's campaign denies it blackmailed Dwit. If Lake were to win the Republican primary, she would be expected to face independent Senator Kyrsten Sinema and Democratic Congressman Ruben Gallego in a three-person race. Vaughn Hilliard, NBC News.
All right, so what do you guys think about that? All right, so now for the most part, this article here is just a transcript of that minute-long video that we watched, which is fascinating again because I mean this is just amazing. You know what I mean? Like you can't make this up. And how many people heard about this in the mainstream media? If you guys heard about this in the mainstream media, give me a thumbs up. If you guys didn't hear about this in the mainstream media, then give me a thumbs down. It's just wild that the mainstream media is not really saying too much about this. You know, let's take a look at this. We're going to listen to what Kari Lake sitting here talking about. It looks like she might be. Oh, okay. Actually, we ain't going to listen to this. She's talking about her Senate race. Kari Lake did not just topple the head of the Arizona Republican Party. All right. So we're going to check out this opinion piece from AZ Central. Republicans have a long association with secret audio tapes. Remember Richard Nixon and Rosemary Woods. Republican U.S. Senate candidate Kari Lake and her operatives are such prolific tapers of things surreptitious that they have actually connected our modern era with those Watergate days of old, when Nixon would record and Woods would watch. Kari Lake loves to record others. So you already know what time this article is on. Shout out to Patricia Slade. You see what Patricia Slade said? She said that blacks are anti-Semitic. I don't like her. Facts. Now, here's my question. How would she know blacks are anti-Semitic? How would she know to even make a comment on something like that? It's part of her political ideology. Most people that associate with politics, like the kind of politics that Kari Lake associates with, as much as they hoot and holler and cry and say that black people blame everybody for everything, they are the biggest blame shifting crybabies on the planet. These are the real, true, actual snowflakes. You know what I'm saying? And all it takes is for them to run into the wrong person that makes them really, really see themselves for who they are. And they just can't handle it. They just cannot handle it at all, whatsoever. Shout out to Carlton. Carlton said, dang, Kari is the political whack 100. She's recording ninjas. Facts. Yeah, she's wild, man. She's a wild girl. You know what I'm saying? You can tell. In 2022, Lake's campaign produced a secret audio video recording of a phone conversation with GOP lawyers and a Maricopa County attorney by the name of Tim Liddy, son of lead Watergate plumber G. Gordon Liddy. It was supposed to expose something nefarious, but just went to show that Lake's people drive Liddy as crazy as everyone else. More importantly, it showed Kari Lake has closed the circle on that grand Republican tradition of amateur spycraft. Last fall, Lake was wearing a microphone during a chance airport encounter with her Democratic opponent in Arizona's U.S. Senate race, Ruben Gallego. Lake could be seen jumping down Gallego's throat on illegal immigration. An edited video of the confrontation was leaked to conservative media, and one wonders why. Gallego came off as decent. Lake came off as a jerk. Now, you know what's interesting? It's almost like a lot of the people that lean that direction politically pride themselves on, quote unquote, coming off as a jerk. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. I've never seen people so proud to be perceived as assholes as those people. It's really weird. At last, there are lessons to learn from the latest Kari Lake production, a secret recording from last February in which then Arizona Republican Party Chair Jeff DeWitt carried to her a proposed bribe to sit out the Senate race. Here's 5 takeaways from that tape. Lesson 1, Lake has a potty mouth. Modern. Off the rip. Modern. She curses more than a sailor. Probably bites the filter off the cigarette before she smokes it. Little Miss I'm on God's time swears like a Marine Corps drill sergeant when she speaks in private. Okay. Lesson 2, no one will trust her now. Let me ask you guys this question. If you knew that this woman recorded everything that she was around or any conversation that she was in, would you have conversations with her? ModernTron, facts. ModernTron, MW 5000, Carlton. FPZU 350. A front pants zip up 350. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Katsy. Katsy says DeWitt was just a messenger. If Lake was actually smart, she would have pressed to find out who was actually behind it. Yeah, and see, now that she put this information out, whoever was behind it is probably aware of it and doing whatever they can to try to, erase whatever traces there are left. You know what I'm saying? Kari Lake will spend every morning for the rest of her life memorizing the weather report because that's about the only topic anyone will broach her in future chance encounters. Never to be trusted again. Lake will live in infamy with those other tell-all conversationalists, Harry and Meghan. It's safe to say that after this week, Lake probably has seen the last of her invitations to Mar-a-Lago. Lesson 3, DeWitt is a terrible messenger. The Arizona Republican Party is a snake pit that was led on paper by the bumptious Jeff DeWitt, who challenges Rudy Giuliani and Sidney Powell for the biggest clod in MAGA world. You can be assured the quote-unquote powerful people whose proposal he carried to Lake weren't all that powerful and all that sophisticated. Otherwise, they wouldn't have trusted DeWitt to play their messenger boy. It would be like Corleone sending Gomer Pyle to make you an offer that you couldn't refuse. Could you imagine that if Corleone sent Gomer Pyle to make you an offer that you couldn't refuse? What would that be like? What would that look like? Somebody let me know what that would look like. Shout out to my man PD that remains. What's good with y'all? Lesson 4. Lake is the king cobra of GOP snakes. So according to this, she's one of the most shady people in the GOP. She modern. It's all like she modern, man. She modern. If Arizona GOP is a snake pit, then King Cobra is Kari Lake. So she's a woman king. She finished her secretly recorded conversation with DeWitt by telling him she had a lot to do before catching her flight for the CPAC conference in DC. I've got to get working, she told him. I love you, but I got to get working. I love you in this sense is a qualified expression. Man, that's the kiss of death right there. If a modern woman tells you she loves you, man, you better run. Nah, I'm not mad at it, Cassie. I'm not mad at it at all. You know what I'm saying? Lesson 5. DeWitt was expandable in Lake's game. Man, modern. We don't know what her game is, but we know Kari Lake is lying. Responding to the release of the DeWitt tape to British media, Lake in New Hampshire said this: "We can't have somebody who's corrupt and compromised running the Republican Party." Later, in an interview with KTAR's Mike Broomhead, that's an interesting name, she said the audio speaks for itself. It's reprehensible. I'm calling for Jeff DeWitt to resign immediately. Our state party needs to be functioning. We can't have someone who behaves in an unethical manner like that running it. And later, I think people need to know what is happening in politics and in government, and we need to clean this mess up. You know, President Trump calls it a swamp. It's a filthy, dirty swamp. So the $1 million question is this: why did Kari Lake, knowing the head of the Arizona Republican Party was unethical and corrupt, wait 10 months to publicly call for his resignation? The truth is, DeWitt never ran the Arizona GOP. Kari Lake is the reigning power in the Arizona Republican Party. At any moment, she could have squashed Jeff DeWitt like a pissant. So yeah, she's definitely a modern woman. Shout out to John Guillory. What's good with it? Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys have not smashed that like button, please take a moment, smash that like button, guys. Also, if you guys haven't hit that bell, please take a moment and hit the bell. Subscribe to M.A.GA.TRON on Twitter by using the link that the bots put in the chat. All right. This week, Donald Trump is returning to Arizona, the week of the party's annual meeting. You think that she's going to have her tape recorder on her? If you guys think that she's going to have her tape recorder on her during that meeting with Trump, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't think that she is, then give me a thumbs down. Through March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, and half of January, Lake was satisfied with Darth Vader running the Arizona Republican Party. Lake and DeWitt set Arizona GOP on self-destruct. Why? Because Jeff DeWitt isn't Darth Vader, and he never ran the Arizona Republican Party. Kari Lake runs the Arizona Republican Party. Everyone else and everything is expendable. The biggest dope here isn't even Republican, which brings us to the biggest knucklehead of them all. Somewhere, Ruben Gallego, Kari Lake's Democratic opponent, is reading his iPhone and cursing himself. Why am I working my ass off raising money? Why am I making speeches? Why am I kissing babies, shaking hands? Why am I not in the Virgin Islands sipping rum from a coconut shell while Kari Lake wins my election for me? The real fool is always the last to know. Man. Woo-wee. Whoever wrote that article is not a Kari Lake fan. Shout out to Jerry Bedford. What's good with it, bro? So that was interesting. That was wild. And I'm curious to see what your boy M.A.GA.TRON does when he goes to Arizona. I'm curious to see if we get some more tape on this guy or if Kari Lake is wired at that meeting in Arizona. Only time will tell. All right. Shout out to everybody who came through. If you're watching on the replay, make sure you hashtag replay gang or leave a comment. Got a Crimecast stream coming up pretty soon. I appreciate all of you guys, and I will catch you all on the next one. And as always, ladies and gentlemen,